The betrayal and emotional downfall after that night, silence became my closest companion. Not the peaceful kind, but the kind that hums inside your chest, filling every space where love used to live. I didn't call him. He didn't call me. Days turned into weeks, and the man I used to speak to every morning, the man whose heartbeat once matched mine, became just another name in my phone. At first, I told myself I was overreacting. That maybe, somehow, there was an explanation. That maybe, love still meant something. But truth has a strange way of finding you, even when you try to hide. It came quietly, through a message I was never meant to see. A friend of mine, who still followed him on social media, sent me a screenshot late one night. There he was, Adrian, standing beside that same woman from the restaurant. His hand on her waist, her smile radiant, captioned, "To the man who changed my life. Grateful for every moment with you." And the hashtag power couple. My breath caught. My vision blurred. I could feel my pulse in my throat, heavy, burning, relentless. That photo wasn't just betrayal, it was mockery. Everything I had helped him build, the business idea, the proposal template, the marketing concept, it was all there. Only now, she was the face of it. The brand I helped him shape was alive, just without me. He had erased me so cleanly, so skillfully, it was as if I never existed. That night, I broke. I threw my phone across the room. I cried, the kind of crying that makes no sound, the kind that shakes you until you forget how to breathe. I wanted to scream. To rage. To destroy something. But instead, I sat still. I remembered every moment, every conversation, every late night I spent editing his work, every morning coffee we shared before meetings. And I realized something painful but true: I had built him. Piece by piece. Confidence by confidence. I had poured everything I had into him until I was empty, and now, he was full, with someone else. It's funny how when women break, we don't fall apart all at once. We unravel quietly. Thread by thread. Smiling at work, laughing with friends, pretending nothing's wrong, while inside, the walls are crumbling. That was me for months. At the office, I smiled. At home, I cried into my pillow. Every text notification made my heart jump, hoping it was him. Fearing it was him. But it never was. Then one day, fate decided I'd been quiet long enough. I was at a business conference, a room filled with familiar faces and fake laughter. The host announced the next speaker, and when I looked up at the stage, my heart stopped. It was him. Adrian. In a perfectly tailored suit. Holding the microphone with that same confident smirk I once fell for. Behind him, a slide lit up with the logo we had once designed together, my idea, my strategy, my words, now branded as his. He spoke about vision, about partnership, about mutual growth. Every sentence was a dagger. Every smile, a scar reopening. And then, she appeared. The woman. His new partner, introduced as the creative force behind his success. The audience clapped. He smiled proudly. And I sat there, frozen, tasting bitterness like blood. It wasn't jealousy. It wasn't sadness. It was awakening. That was the moment I realized what love had blinded me to all along. I wasn't just betrayed. I was used. He hadn't fallen out of love with me. He had simply outgrown the version of me that helped him climb. And that's when something in me changed. The heartbreak didn't fade, it hardened. The pain didn't weaken me, it focused me. I watched him on that stage, smiling under bright lights built from my labor, and I whispered to myself, "You built your empire on my love, but let's see how it stands when that love turns to fire." I left the conference early. My hands were shaking, but my mind was calm. Revenge didn't feel like rage anymore. It felt like justice wearing heels and red lipstick. I didn't want to scream. I didn't want to ruin his name out loud. No, I wanted him to watch it all fall apart quietly. Piece by piece, just the way he dismantled me. That night, I opened my laptop, created a new folder, named it one word: rebuild. Inside, I started collecting screenshots, emails, old drafts, message timestamps, bank transactions. Every receipt. Every proof. Everything I'd ever helped him create, with my name still buried somewhere deep in the files. And as I watched the folder grow, so did something inside me. Not hatred. Not bitterness. But power. Revenge doesn't start with anger. It starts with remembering who you are and what you gave. By the time the clock struck midnight, I was no longer his ex. I was his ghost, the one who knew every secret, every lie, every weak point in his world. And soon, I'd make him remember me. Not as the woman who built him, but as the one who destroyed everything he built for me. End of part 2, The Betrayal and Emotional Downfall. Watch out for part 3.